elimination game. Aruba and South Korea. Youngin Cho leads it off. Waiter for a step back, just about set to get underway. South Korea fell in their last game to Puerto Rico, 2-1 the final yesterday. And the first pitch on Cho misses, ball one. Here we go.
Atlanta Braves, favorite team.
Aruba, after their opening loss to the South Korea team, has remained unbeaten after that to get to this point. They took down Canada 10-0, and then yesterday a 9-5 win over Czechia to get here. Here's the 1-1 pitch on Cho. Breaking ball, skied right side. Frazier, the first baseman, runs out of room. That's out of play, and Cho is down to a 2-strike count.
Little breaking pitch. And the weather has gotten better and better and better as each day has passed here, hasn't it, Tim?
Yes. It's been hot for every afternoon. Cools off very nice in the evenings. 1-2. Cho rifles another one.
You say warm, you could psychologically defeat it. You realize that hot is much different on the mind. Warm.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Obviously, that's why I told you that.
That's some next level thinking right there.
The latter, the last word, is probably the most important.
2-strike pitch on Cho. You see the velocity from Waiter for. He pitched in their last game to Czechia, and when an inning and a third, 2 hits, 1 earned run. He walked 1 and struck out 1. And Waiter for finished at 20 pitches, 11 for strikes, but they're going to let him go in this one. Most important game is this one right here with elimination on hand. 2-2. And Cho takes it off the hand, and he'll reach a hit by pitch leadoff base runner for South Korea. On a 2-strike pitch, Waiter for runs it up and in.
Now batting number 23, Kong Min Kim.
Well, this pitch just gets away from Weatherford and nicks Cho on the left shoulder. This is where you endanger when South Korea gets runners on base, especially with no outs. South Korea, if you haven't watched them play, they're kind of I'd say a throwback style of baseball, to where they will bunt and move runners. They will steal bases, bunt them over.
Well, Wes, for this tournament, they have 20 stolen bases. They've been caught just 4 times. Kang Min Kim, the new batter. A first pitch, and Arens, the catcher, lost it. So Cho will reach second without a throw, and it's a 1-0 count on Kim.
It's just a fastball that's about 1.5 feet away from Arens, and
that's a tapper foul by Kim, a ball and a strike.
I always thought this was a great situation, runner at second and no outs on the left-hand hitter up, because I think the easiest thing that a left-hand hitter can do, no matter what level, is pull the ball on the ground to the right side and move the runner over to third.
There's a wide open gap on the right side. Raven, the second baseman, you see him playing close to the bag. And Kim takes it up and in.
Now this is interesting as we take a look at this. You see, runner at second and no outs, the objective of South Korea is to hit the ball to the right side, which would be the second base side, to move the runner to third. With Raven being the player that's trying to keep the runner at second close, look at that wide open space on the right side.
Yep.
Not one way to do something, but sometimes there are better ways.
Kim pulls it down the line, foul ball. Up that first base line, it's a 2-2 count on Kim. Now in the first meeting between these two, Aruba committed 6 errors in the field, and Max Arens, their manager, says we got to clean that up if we want to take down a dominant South Korea team that is no stranger to the international championship. There's Max Arens right there. An Aruba team that made it to the international finals in Williamsport last year and fell to Japan, who represented Asia Pacific. So for them, this is a revenge game. 2-2 again. And Kim with a line drive. That's caught. Raven doubles it up. The flip to Feliciana covering second. That'll take care of things.
Well, prior to this pitch, Aruba made an adjustment and put Raven, the second baseman, who was jockeying with the runner at second on second base, back to his normal position of second base, and something good happened. It's funny how that happened.
Saha Kim, the pitcher for South Korea, nobody on. And a breaking ball out of the zone. Now, you also saw Cho, who was already leading off a good bit from that second base bag. He started going toward third, thinking that ball was going to get through. And that allowed enough time for Raven to make the flip.
Well, it's just that minor adjustment, right? And what it took was Kim, the second hole hitter for South Korea, to pull the ball foul down the right field line for Aruba to make that adjustment. Good for them. They made the adjustment. They end up with 2 outs because they did.
Now, Wes, as a base runner, if you're in Cho's shoes, what is the right way to read that ball and not get?
Well, you freeze on a line drive all the time if you're a base runner.
And you could see Cho going for third base, thinking that was going to the outfield. That's in there for a strike from Waiter for 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, prior to even knowing that you have to freeze as a base runner, you need to check where your outfielders are, and you also need to be aware where your infielders are at. Hitting home runs and striking out batters.
He thinks about it. It'll be a full count with 2 outs and nobody on.
You don't typically see those kind of base running mistakes by the South Korean teams that come here.
Three and 2. And that ball sails to the backstop. Kim ducks under it, a 2-out walk.
That's what it looks like when you try to overthrow a pitch. It just completely lost command of it.
Yesterday's starting pitcher for South Korea, Hyunjin Kim.
He can leave the yard at any point in time. This is what he did earlier in the tournament against Australia. He said, throw it up there, and I'm going to hit it way, way, way out there.
One of their 2 home runs in that game, a 10-0 run rule victory to begin the tournament for South Korea. Kim with a runner on and 2 outs. Off goes the runner, swing and a miss, throw down to try and get Kim. He slides in. Kim safe. So another stolen base for South Korea, their 21st of the tournament.
Arin's throw down to second, just too much speed from Kim.
A 1 count on Kim. Breaking ball inside. Talking about Waiter for, he actually started the international championship for Aruba in Williamsport last year. Representing the Caribbean region, they took on Asia Pacific, Japan. Waiter for went 3 1/3, 1 unearned run, and that was it. 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. So he's got big time experience. Not only was that game in Williamsport in the Little League World Series, international championship, nationally broadcasted on ABC. I think Waiter for has a knack for dealing with pressure. 2-1. Big hack and a miss by Hyunjin Kim.
The bottom dropped out of this pitch. Works like a sinker and a hard one.
2-2. Kim's right through it. Winterfore picks up his first strikeout. And South Korea is held off the board in the top of the first. Aruba batting for the first time when we come back. 200. Pops the first pitch up right side. And fouled away. Feliciano will start off 0-1. He has been the main highlight for this Aruba lineup. That's collected 23 hits for the tournament. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Kim. Right through the bat of Feliciano. Il-Nam Lee, manager for South Korea, has said that the velocity is a big part of what makes So-Ha Kim their top pitcher. Good curveball as well. Really powerful pitcher. Feliciano not sure to swing at it. He goes right through it. 1 up and 1 down. A strikeout for Kim.
Well, what you see right there is the differential in Kim's fastball versus his breaking pitch. There's a big difference. You see that's a curveball grip, and it's straight over the top as a 12-6er, but the variance in the speed of his fastball to that curveball effectively works like a changeup as well.
Deliano Raven, second baseman, who made that line drive catch and doubled up South Korea in the top half of the first. Swinging strike.
See, especially what Raven said, hitting home runs.
A lot of these guys love hitting home runs. There's good reason for that. No better feeling, especially on this stage. Here's a high fly ball. Carrying out toward right center field. And Moon had to come in and put it away.
Well, throughout the entire week, the wind has either been blowing in or blowing from right field into the left field dugout. I mean, the third base side dugout. Every ball that goes up in the air, we very rarely see a ball continue to go. It just gets knocked down.
It is gusting in from left center field as Emerson Mercado steps in. 2 outs and nobody on. South Korea looking for better pitching than what they had in yesterday's game. A 2-1 loss to Puerto Rico, but Wes, the pitching wasn't bad at all in that ball game. 4 1/3 innings from Hyunjin Kim, 5 hits, couple of earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks.
Well, that's what happens when you get 2 elite teams playing each other.
I was going to say the margin of error is so small. Mercado is down 0-2. He strikes one to center field. Moon can't get it. Off his glove, and Mercado will reach with 2 outs in the bottom half of the first.
Mercado, this ball's in. It's not a bad pitch from Kim at all. Mercado just fights it out. Fights it off. Gets his hands through and dunks it right in front of Moon out in center field.
Caden Frazier, the Aruba first baseman. Ground ball, right side. And Lee, the second baseman, with the flip to Cho. Covering, inning over. Aruba gets 1 hit. They're scoreless in the first. We head to the second inning and the international semifinal. Min-Soo Kim will lead it off in the top of the second. There's a high fly ball. Kim pulls it foul up the third base line. Now, Wes, is the reason for that position change because there were 2 strikes and they relaxed the infield a little bit?
Listen, I don't know. I would think. I was a little surprised that Raven was the infielder with a runner at second and no outs that was jockeying with the runner at second. ideally it would be your shortstop, because Kim is a left-hand hitter trying to pull the ball into the right side of the field and move the runner at second over to third. I think the loud foul ball by Kim told the Aruba coaches, hey, maybe Raven should be back and playing normal depth second base. That's my guess.
Out of the zone from Waiterford. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Min-Soo Kim. 3 for 8 with a home run and 3 RBIs in this tournament. Got him swinging. Waiterford goes off speed. He's got back-to-back strikeouts going back to the first. And Kim, who's been struggling the past few games, strikes out swinging for a 3rd time in the past 2 contests.
Well, this is what will happen. We'll take a look at it's a breaking ball. You see the fingers on the bottom of the baseball. Wasn't a great pitch, but to your point, Kim is trying to hit the ball over the trees. And when you're trying to do that as a hitter, you're going to pull off the baseball. Consequently, if they throw any kind of breaking pitch, you're going to look like that.
This is Moon, the center fielder for South Korea. Waiterford's pitch, Moon showing bunt. That's in there for a called strike 2. We'll talk about how much this game means for both teams, but Aruba trying to get revenge on Asia Pacific. After losing in the international final to a Japan team last year in Williamsport, Max Arenz, their manager, has said that that's been the talk in the hallways of their hotel. What's the batting order? Who's going to be pitching in this game? They are fired up for this one. Here's the 2-strike pitch on Moon. He goes upstairs, and Waiterford picks up his 3rd strikeout in a row.
My goodness, this is the hardest fastball of the game from Waiterford. This is, I guess he had this in his back pocket and said, you know what? Let me rush one up there harder than any pitch I've thrown today. 3 punch outs already.
First pitch on Jihan Lee. That's flown the other way. Up the line. Mercado is going to give a chase. It goes out of play.
Now the winner of this game will face off against Puerto Rico, no?
They will, because Puerto Rico beat South Korea yesterday in a tight 2-1 game.
El equipo de Puerto Rico. Team Puerto Rico.
0-1 pitch on Lee. South Korea's had a few close games throughout this tournament. 6-5 winners over this Aruba team. 2-1. They lose the game to Puerto Rico yesterday. Right back up the middle for Lee, and it's caught. Feliciano, the shortstop, puts it away. A 1-2-3, top of the 2nd, scoreless in Livermore.
Him hat, I guarantee you he'll grow into it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Anthony Santos Garcia, check swing, and he goes around. No balls, 1 strike.
Boy, that's the beauty of this whole thing is right there. It's all about kids, getting them happy, getting them in a place where something good can happen.
And the pin trading, always very big here in Livermore.
Well, it's big with you.
Too. Big with me?
Yeah.
I've given out a few.
Well, no, you've kept a lot. That was my point, okay?
I've kept a few, but I have given some out.
Well,
I've never actually traded. I need to, when I give them out, I need to make a trade.
Sam, at some point, you got to let it go.
Never.
Once you get past.
Look at that. That's a cool one right there. A
age.
little aloha sign, maybe. That's a jam shot, but missed by Cho, the shortstop. Santos Garcia with a soft little liner over to short. And Cho just not able to get this one cleanly.
We'll get a look at the jam shot. And Cho, who is normally going to scoop this up for fun, just can't handle this.
Isaac Arenz, the new batter, catcher for Aruba. They've got a leadoff base runner. And Wes, we've noticed it throughout the tournament. The infield has been so unpredictable. As Arenz squares to bunt, and he somehow puts it down, defending himself. Kim picks it up. Throw is in time. Sacrifice bunt for Arenz. And Santos Garcia gets to second base, but that pitch was headed right for Arenz.
This is some tremendous hand-eye coordination from Arenz. This ball, to your point, Sam, is going to hit Arenz in the middle of his chest. It's almost eye-high, I should say. And that right there was protecting himself, and something good happened. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to happen. The bunt got down, and the other part was he didn't get hit.
So he uses the bat as protection. It works out. Jerson Herman fouls off the first pitch. 0-1.
Now, you didn't see this very much from Aruba in their previous games. And not a lot of sacrifice bunts. But this is telling you right off the bat that Aruba thinks it could take just 2 or 3 runs to win this game. Evidenced by their bunting Arenz.
Next game not guaranteed, and both teams going with their best pitchers on the mound. And that's what you have to do, Wes, in these elimination games. This is the most important.
Well, you have to get there. You can't save anybody right now. There's been many saved pitchers that for the next day and the next game that never pitched in that next game because their team's lost.
Now Max Arenz, Aruba manager, coaching third base right now. He has said, he told me before the game that despite Waiter 4 pitching, they're ready to use the full arsenal as well. Kim will spin around and look once again at Santos Garcia. The way that he got on was the error by Cho, a rarity for South Korea. Here's the 0-2. Fouled back. That was just their third error of the tournament. Their fourth game, only 3 errors committed. Long wait for Kim in the 0-2. High bouncer. Kim waits for it, picks it up, throw to first in time, and now Santos Garcia sliding into third. That's one of the highest bounces you'll see on a play like that.
Well, it's a good job by Kim. A lot of times you'll see a pitcher try to rush and make an error and throw to first base, but Kim takes his time, makes a good throw over to Kim at first, and then you'll see the base runner, Santos Garcia, goes to third. That's a big 70 feet. He's got an opportunity to score on a pass ball, puts a little bit more pressure on Hyunjin Kim, the catcher of South Korea, to keep the ball in front of him.
This is Arnold Martha. He did not play in the previous games for Aruba. He's back for this one. Two balls, no strikes. Going back to that last one, Herman hesitated right when he hit that high bouncer and didn't get out of the box right away. Would have been a much closer play at first base.
I don't think Herman saw where the ball was.
Right. He knew he hit it, but he didn't know where it went. I assume that he thought it was a foul ball. Winner of this game plays Puerto Rico in the international final on Saturday. Loser is done for the tournament. Two and one. Martha hit with the pitch. Kim runs the fastball in. Runners on the corners with 2 outs and Aruba threatening.
Well, this is where this game gets interesting on both sides. Both sides run the bases very well. They're very strategic. Especially situations like this. We'll take a look at this fastball. Just gets away from Kim. But with Arins at third for Aruba, he can run. Martha is at first. Let's see how Aruba elects to. Do they send the runner? And how does South Korea defend it?
Zion Gomez Perez at the plate. They look back over at first with Martha sliding back in. Aruba looking to score the first run of today's game. Another look.
There is no pickoff limit here like there is in MLB.
Up and away. It was South Korea that scored first in this matchup on Monday with a run in the 3rd inning. And then Aruba tied it in the 4th. 2 more runs for South Korea in the bottom half of that 4th inning. They led it 3-1 at one point, and then Aruba rattled off 3 runs in the 5th and 6th innings to take the lead. South Korea tied it. They go to extras. Aruba scored 1 in their half of the 8th, and South Korea walked it off with a pair of runs in the bottom half to win it 6-5. One and one. Another miss from Kim. He is trying to dial in every pitch of this at-bat with runners on the corners. And now he goes inside on Gomez Perez. 3 balls and a strike. An error put Santos Garcia on at 3rd. And a hit by pitch to Martha has him at 1st.
See if they send Martha at first. 3-1 count.
He stays, and it's a swinging strike on a breaking ball by Kim. And now Wes is definitely going 3-2, 2 outs.
What makes you think that, Sam?
Just got a hunch. It's a payoff pitch. And now they'll look back at first. They got him. Kim knew it. He was going all the way. He caught Martha leaning, and a pickoff ends the inning. No score. We're through 2 in our elimination. Hashtag LLWS.
First games of this tournament started on Sunday. As you see our handles on X up there in the top left, it's been very, very kind of light. Wouldn't you say this year? For interactions,
we've had a few. With
watch parties. Listen, if you're out there and you're South Korea, Aruba, anywhere in the country or world, and you're watching, hit us up on social media, on X, send a video, tell us where you're at, and you'll probably end up on television.
And Wes, I guarantee you,
please,
once we get to the international and U.S. championships, we will get some watch parties.
Por favor.
Actually,
Manda.
Well, maybe not for the U.S. championship, because if California District 57 wins over North Dakota later tonight, I think everybody that would be watching that game is going to be here because of the proximity. 1-2 pitch on Choi. Goes down swinging. Waiter for his 4th strikeout today.
some high heat. But yes, Sam, if the two California teams end up playing in the final to go to the championship game, parking will be very difficult. It'll be about 5 or 6 deep in the outfield. There'll be standing room everywhere, standing room only.
That's bunted. Sung-Ho Kim picked up over at third. Low throw in time. Caraballo, the third baseman, the one to make the play for Aruba.
This is just real good fundamentally. Sees the bunt, reads the bunt, goes right through it, picks it up, plays catch with his first baseman. Textbook.
Now we noticed this with Waiter when he was pitching in the last game against Czechia. He's got a little bit of a delay sometimes when he throws. He mixes up the timing because he'll hover that front foot for a different period of time. He might do it again today. I thought I noticed it on the last pitch, and we'll pay attention to that as his outing goes on.
So, since you brought it up, what famous pitcher was known for doing that?
Johnny Cueto.
Keep going. Very good. That was a good one.
I know, Johnny Cueto. Tell me who you're thinking of.
Well, Bartolo Colon had about 19 different ways.
Sure.
But you can go way back.
That's in for a strike.
And this, of course, this is way before I was around. But I read and I looked at videos. But Louis Tiant. Doosan Bears. Favorite team? Rightly so. Doosan, one of the 3 teams in Seoul in the KBO, their version of MLB. Was fortunate to go over there 1 year and coach and manage. Learned a couple words. That's it.
You got a few in your bag?
2.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Kim, yes. It's a punch out for Waiter his 5th strikeout of the afternoon. Two-seamer located up and outside. No score, middle 3. For Soo-Ha Kim, who goes the first 2 innings. And did not allow a run to Aruba. Zion Gomez Perez will come back up. Remember, he was up to end the bottom half of the second when Arnold Martha was picked off at first base.
I always liked this as a hitter.
Look at that fastball right through the bat of Perez.
Because you haven't had an official at bat, but technically this is like your second time seeing the same pitcher. So it's like your second at bat, but it's your first.
Almost like a do-over.
Something like that. Or second at bat.
That too. They both work, interchangeable. Here's the 2-1 pitch, up high. So 3 balls and a strike on Zion Gomez Perez. Caraballo on deck for Aruba. Right down the pipe. Full count on Perez, which is the same count that he had his first time up in the second.
But there's nobody on first to get picked off. So
different situation.
That's it.
Here's the payoff pitch. Just missed outside. A leadoff base runner for Aruba. First time they've walked this afternoon. Perez is on.
Well, Perez eyeballed that for ball 4. Runner at first, no outs. Let's see what they do with Caraballo. They're going to bunt him and try to get Perez over in scoring position. It's exactly what they did the previous opportunity with that runner in first and no outs. Did Aruba.
It was Arenz that put down the sacrifice bunt to move a runner to second. They show it again. Outside for ball one. And we've seen these games, Wes, throughout the tournament just flip on a dime. It could be dominated by pitching for 4 or 5 innings, and then things open up.
They do. But I'd be a little more apprehensive when these two clubs, with the arms that they have on the mound and they can run out there. I've seen them. I think it's important to get a lead in this game. Just a lead.
In the zone on Caraballo for strike one. He puts the bunt down, back to Kim. The pitcher fumbles it. Throw is high and up the line. Perez heading to third. It's runners on the corners for Aruba. Couple of mistakes on that play.
Well, first things first. Caraballo gets the job done, gets the bunt down. Min-Soo Kim comes off the mound, has trouble fielding it initially, and we'll get a look at it. Min-Soo Kim comes off the mound. He juggles a little, bobbles, and once this bobble happens, there's going to be no play at first base, no chance to get Caraballo. But Kim still makes the throw, and you see the umpire with his safe call right there. That's just telling everybody the ball's still in play.
There's Max Arenz with a quick conversation with our first base umpire, Jaime Perez. And now South Korea with a conversation after that last play. So South Korea now with 2 errors in this game. That was the amount they had in their first 3 games combined. And South Korea making some changes around the field. It's going to be a new pitcher for South Korea already. Young-in Cho, the shortstop, will now come into pitch, and we will take a break. Runners on the corners. New arm, lefty for South.
Well, I tell you what, this is a golden opportunity for Aruba. First and third.
Dryshore puts down the bunt. Picked up by the pitcher, and now they have Perez in a rundown. He's going to be tagged out on the third base line for the first out. The potential first run of this game is tagged out on the bunt. And that was fielded perfectly right up the middle.
Well, Perez is a runner for Aruba at third base. In my book, with no outs, this is just a safety squeeze, and I think Perez was anxious, and you see he's got his arms up like, what was I supposed to do? You didn't tell me. Now, they might not have.
That ball's picked up, throw down to third. Caraballo takes it on a pitch that was outside by Cho. It's Jayandre Herman who's at the plate for Aruba. And now runners on the corners once again with one away.
Drysdale, the runner at first, did not take second.
Now they'll look over there.
Which still puts the double play as an opportunity to get out of this inning for South Korea.
A swing and a miss on Herman, his first at bat today. So the bunt doesn't work out for Aruba, but they've got runners on the corners again and continuing to check on Dryshore at first. That's Kim holding him on. 2-1.
Youngin Cho needs to be careful when he sets. He has to set and pause.
Up and in, 3 balls and a strike on Herman. Cho delivers with a second strike, and it's a full count.
And that ball is right down the middle. Couldn't ask for more.
3-2-1 out. Watch out for Dryshore on first base. He stays. Swing and a miss. Cho with a big strikeout. 2 away. And South Korea just 1 out away from getting out of the jam.
Well, if South Korea gets out of this mess, 1st and 3rd, no outs, remember this inning. This has been and was a golden opportunity. Still is 1st and 3rd, although 2 outs.
And the first pitch dropped in for a strike. Jaisel Hiron. Blown away. South Korea has battled through a pair of errors so far in this game, unlike them in this tournament. Trying to hold Aruba off the board. Leveled to left center field, base hit. Caraballo scores the first run, and Aruba has the lead. Jaisel Hiron delivers with an RBI single with 2 outs.
Well, it took the 13th hitter in Aruba's lineup, in a lineup that they're hitting 14, to break through against an elite pitcher in Cho. And he finds the gap in left center. Huge run.
First pitch ball on today's Aruba starting pitcher, Jadrick Waiterfor. Final batter in this order before Aruba goes back to the top. Right through it for strike 1.
South Korea hitting 12 hitter in their lineup. Aruba 14.
Waiterfor is right through the breaking ball.
It's a filthy breaking pitch from Cho.
One-two. Got him on a ball in the dirt. That'll end the inning. Aruba scores 1 RBI single for Jaisel Hiron. And Aruba has the first lead through 3.
Athletic competition. So much to learn. Learn how to be a part of a team. Learn how to be disciplined. Learn how to be on time. Learn how to accept failure. How to accept success.
Ji-Hoon Shin leads it off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wes, they also make a lot of friends. A lot of these players have been playing together for a long time, but they also make friends with the other countries that are here in Livermore. 1-1. Foul tip. Shin, the second to final batter in the South Korea order. They find themselves trailing 1-0. After the RBI single by Jaisel Hiron in the bottom of the 3rd. Waiterfor's 1-2 pitch. The fastball drops low. South Korea without a hit yet. They've had a couple of base runners back in the 1st inning, a hit by pitch and a walk. Waiterfor just misses. It's a full count.
It's a big hitter after Aruba puts a run on the board, the last thing you can do is walk the first hitter.
He misses on the fastball. Leadoff batter is on for South Korea. Shin works a 3-2 walk.
Well, this is almost a certainty that South Korea will bunt Kim here and move the runner into scoring position, hopefully, if they execute it properly.
Throw back to Frazier. He's holding Shin on the first base bag.
Caraballo at third base is in on the grass already.
There's the bunt. It'll be picked up by Waiter 4. And the ball gets away off of Frazier. Kim is safe, and it's 2 on with nobody out. Just a dropped ball on a good throw by Waiter 4, and Frazier can't handle it.
Well, I tell you what, this is an in-between. Waiter 4 comes off the mound, he gets it, but I want you to watch how, not sure we'll be able to see it, but he slows down his everything to try to be perfect to make a throw rather than getting his feet set and make an athletic throw over there. It looked like he was trying to be perfect and aim it.
And he just kind of lobbed it over to first. It was a low throw, and you see Frazier playing on the grass once again for Young-in Cho. Hit by a pitch to lead off this game. He puts down a bunt. That's a beauty. Picked up by the catcher. Arenz's throw not in time. Bases loaded. Back-to-back bunts for South Korea. Both runners get on.
Well, this is a tremendous bunt that Arenz really, he can't do anything about it. They weren't going to get the runner. Ruben's going to have a little conference out here, but South Korea has loaded the bases via walk and 2 sacrifice bunts. The middle bunt, the first bunt, was just misplayed. Should have been an out. But when you give either one of these teams extra outs in an inning,
yeah, that's going to be it for Waiter 4. His day comes to an end.
This is definitely advantage South Korea here. Bases loaded, and they're in their 2 hole of their lineup. 2, 3, 4 coming up with no outs.
It's the 3rd game that Gomez Perez has pitched in this tournament. He pitched yesterday, only 9 pitches against Czechia. For the tournament, 3 innings, no runs allowed. He hasn't walked anybody, and he struck out 7. 2 innings against this South Korea team back on Monday. 1 hit allowed. He struck out 5. 2 balls and a strike on Kim.
Aruba has their first baseman Frazier playing in on the grass at first.
Kim lays off and goes ahead 3-1. Lined into that double play that was caught by a Raven in the first inning. Kim takes it outside, called a strike. Full count, and Perez finds the outer half.
Boy, Perez, he's coming at you with everything. And this ball runs on the outside part. Great job by Arenz behind the dish to give the plate umpire a good look at that. Huge pitch coming up.
High bouncer right side. That'll score the first run for South Korea. We're tied. It's an RBI ground out for Kim. Shin in from third, 1-1.
Well, it's a good job by Kim, the hitter, putting the ball in play. Full count. We'll see the pitch. It was going to be a strike. Puts it in play. Raven, the second baseman, took a look for a second to possibly go try to get the lead runner at second base. Thought better of it. Right decision. Gets the out.
Soo-Ha Kim with the infield in. Popped up right side. In a tough spot. It finds the grass. One runs in. South Korea has the lead. Kim scores from third. But Frazier, the first baseman, I don't know if he couldn't find it or what, but it falls in shallow right for an RBI single.
Well, Frazier was playing in on the grass. Raven was playing back, but the swing for me, Seo Kim, this looks like an excuse me. He didn't want to swing at this thing. Ends up like slicing a pitching wedge, and it was in a perfect spot.
And Soo-Ha Kim will take second. On a pitch that was low and in the dirt, 1 ball, no strikes. Hyunjin Kim 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Still just 1 out in the inning. Second and third, infield in for Aruba. South Korea has a 2-1 lead. And that ball is lined into left field. Here comes Cho from third. Kim is right behind him. It'll be a 2-run base hit. South Korea 4-1. They load the bases, and West, they cash in. A 4-run inning.
Yeah, this is, we knew it was going to be advantage South Korea when they were at the top of their lineup with the bases loaded and no outs, and they have taken advantage of this opportunity and put 4 on the board, still just 1 out.
Min-Soo Kim 0 for 1, a strikeout swinging. For Zion Gomez Perez, the first run that he's allowed in this tournament. Ground ball left side. Scooped up by Feliciana. There is out number 2. Kim gets to third. Feliciana watched him all the way. And he goes the easy route to first base.
With 2 down, now batting number 10, So Hyun-Woo.
Sung-Hyun Moon is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Runner on third. A 4-run fourth for South Korea. He's showing bunt. Pitches up high. And Arens will chase Kim back to the bag. And we know this, West. South Korea is so active on the base paths, whether they're stealing or just trying to draw attention.
Well, the runner was trying to bait Arens to throw the ball, and good of Arens to say, no, I'm going to run at you, but I'm not throwing it.
Moon lays off outside.
My goodness. Arens is politely asking, where was that?
Moon showing bunt. Ball 3. He is feeling the flow in the batter's box. 3 tough pitches. And he walks on 4. So make that the first walk of the tournament for Gomez Perez. Runners back on the corners, and here comes Max Arens. It looks like Aruba is going back to the well.
Well, this is kind of interesting for me, and I'll tell you why. Because pretty good chance that South Korea is going to run Moon at first, and you'd like to have a left-handed pitcher on the mound when they're going to do that.
They will bring in a new arm. Third pitcher used for Aruba today. 4 runs in the 4th for South Korea. We'll take a break. They'll look to add on more when we come back. Is Arnold Gizmar Martha. The righty, excuse me. Jerson Erman is the new pitcher.
Well, it's a good thing that I already wrote what you said before. What's his name?
Jerson Erman, the new pitcher for Aruba, a Yankee fan. And his first batter will be Jihan Lee. Lined out to short his first time. Runners on the corners for South Korea, 2 outs. Now he's showing bunt. And Renz has to pick it out of the dirt.
Well, this is just a part of their offensive hitting philosophy. They will show bunt even though there's 2 outs just to try to get into the head of the opposing pitcher.
Outside, off goes the runner. And now they have Kim in between home and third. Arens puts the tag on and the inning ends. Looking to take home after Moon was heading to second. Inning over. South Korea makes their mark. 4 runs in the 4th, and they lead it. Hard hit ball, but foul up the first base line. 1-1.
Aruba, the home team, 12 outs left to at minimum need to score 3 runs if South Korea doesn't score again. Plenty of time. They just need base runners.
A rematch for them of the international championship game from Williamsport 1 year ago. This Aruba team finished 4th in that tournament. Lost to Japan, who represented Asia Pacific. Already lost to South Korea on a walk-off in extra innings earlier in this tournament. 2-1. Feliciano watches the breaking ball, and it slides in for a called strike from Cho.
Feliciano, leadoff hitter for Aruba. He didn't like the call.
Ground ball hit hard. It sneaks up the middle into center field. So Feliciano with his 5th hit of the tournament. And he starts Aruba off with a runner on.
Boy, is that a big, big hit for Aruba to get the leadoff hitter on right after South Korea played at 4. So great job of hitting. Featured him in the open, and this is why. Just continues to get hits. He's in the middle of everything that goes well offensively for Aruba. These are the little things. When you're chasing 3 runs, you can ill afford to get picked off. Basically go base to base, station to station.
Line drive, caught it short, back to first, double play. Lee in the 6th hole makes the play, and they double up Aruba.
Well, we were just talking about how you need to be careful, understand the situation. As a line drive hit right on the button. And Feliciano gets double off of first. Again, the growing pains at this age. Sometimes it happens in the games that you least want it, but it's a part of it. It's a part of growing as a baseball player.
Mercado had a single his first time up in the opening frame. And just like that, Aruba trying to build some momentum back after scoring the game's first run. They give up 4. They get the leadoff run on, the runner on, and then hard contact by Raven. Great play by Lee. It's 3 balls and no strikes on Mercado. Little Leagues from Seoul, South Korea have won 3 Little League Intermediate Baseball World Series. Last one was in 2023. It'll be a 4-pitch walk on Mercado. He's on for a second time this afternoon.
Well, Mercado, the Aruba hitter, he had no intention of swinging on that last pitch, but boy, he was dancing. There's no question about that.
Has a close pitch. 3-0, he's taking it all the way. Caden Frazier takes one up top. Mercado safe back at first base.
Keep in mind that Aruba's hitting 14 hitters in their lineup. South Korea 12. Does it come into play? Absolutely, and especially in games like this when Aruba right now has just 10 outs remaining in this game, and they're in their 4 spot in their lineup.
Frazier grounded out to second to end the first inning. We talk about how dominant South Korea has been in this tournament. 3 championships. They've been to the championship game 3 of the last 4 years. Did not make it last year. They lost in the international semifinal in this game to Latin America and Venezuela, the eventual champions. Another pick back at first. Frazier, a contact hitter, as said by their manager Max Arenz. A fan of Ozzie Albies, World Series champion for the Braves. Frazier takes a strike right down the pipe. Three and one. Pitch by Cho. Ground ball back to him. The pitcher takes care of it to end the inning. Aruba starts off with a runner on. Nobody comes in. We're through 4 in Livermore. South Korea up on top 4-1.
Bring it in, Old Dominion. We know that it takes hard work to be the best in the game. It starts up front with protection, making sure the freight.
Across the world, nobody is hitting this up on X.
Ooh, Jihan Lee hit on the helmet.
Gracious.
The first pitch in the top of the 5th. It's still Erman on the mound for Aruba. That's always a scary moment, but Lee able to walk it, jog it down the first base line.
Well, we've talked about the improvement in the safety in sports and especially in baseball. This right here hits him on the bill of that helmet, but it absorbs the majority of that velocity, and fortunate, Lee's okay.
So Jun Choi 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And he swings at one low, but it goes back, and Lee will take second. Past Arenz. 0-1 count.
This is a part of the offensive philosophy of South Korea. We talked about it a little bit in the open. How they played differently. They played, for better words, what would be called old school.
Another one that gets away, and Lee will move on to third. So 2 pitches, both in the dirt, and Lee goes first to third. It's a ball and a strike on Choi.
This is very, very interesting that Aruba is playing the infield back. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me. They're already chasing 3 runs against an elite South Korean club, and they have their middle infielders playing back. conceding the run at third.
Choi slashes. That gets into center field. Lee scores, and it's 5-1 South Korea. Raven had a good effort. It gets by him, and South Korea extends their lead.
Real good job just putting the ball in play. Runner at third and less than 2 outs. To right back up the middle. Raven, to your point, Sam, makes a great effort. No such luck. Take a look at Moon. Crosses the plate for the 5th South Korean run.
Aruba in trouble now. 4 runs in the 4th, now 1 in the top of the 5th. No outs. A 1-0 count on Sung-Hoo Kim, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out to third. Close pickoff play at first, and Choi is back safely. Five consecutive appearances in this tournament for West Seoul Little League. South Korea 3 total championships, 2015, 2018, and the last one 2023. Off goes the runner, high and outside, throw down by Arens, and the tag is in time. Choi is thrown out at second base. Just the 5th time that South Korea has been caught stealing in this tournament.
Well, it's a quick release from Arens behind the dish, but even watch the glove work by Feliciana. He knows he's got to catch and drop, and that's exactly what he does.
Base is cleared, 3-0 count on Kim. A long wait. That's going to be ball 4. Erman a little delayed there on the pitch. It'll be a walk on Kim, and he'll take over first base. And now Max Arens coming back out. Told me before this game that he was ready to use the full arsenal of pitchers that Aruba has available, and they've used 3 already.
Well, there's no tomorrow. Didn't win today. Just out there telling Herman, calma, take it easy, relax.
And the problem for Herman, he's thrown 11 pitches, only 2 for strikes. He's looking to settle down right here. Kang Yul Kim, the batter. Oh, Wes, it seems like up and down this South Korea order, nobody's afraid to try and drop down a bunt.
Well, they're not, but it's a part of their offense. You won't be able to play on a South Korean team if you can't bunt. Doesn't matter where you are in the lineup. But I think they also use that as an irritant, per se, to get into the pitcher's head. They'll square around, look like they're going to look like they're going to bunt, and they're not going. They have no intention of bunting.
1-1, runner takes off. Pitch is popped up. And Caraballo runs out of room. It goes foul. It seemed like, you look at the regional tournament that South Korea played in Chinese Taipei, and they put up some big numbers. 15-0 over Hong Kong, 17-0 over Indonesia. They beat Hong Kong in the championship, played them again and beat them 16-1. They outscored their opponents 80-8. But it was the pitching. Il-nam Lee, their manager, said that the pitching is what's gotten them here. Kim hits it the other way. Third base, takes a hop on Caraballo. Still tries to make the throw. Kim will reach, and this unpredictable infield strikes again.
Ball hit right at Caraballo at third. He just loses the handle. And once you bobble a ball on this infield with these 70-foot bases, unless you have a cannon for an arm, runner's going to end up being safe more times than not. I think the shocker in that South Korean regional over there, the Asia Pacific, was Chinese Taipei beating Japan. That was a shocker to me.
Japan, the team that Aruba lost to last year in the international final. There's a strike on Shin.
Pretty good chance the Puerto Rican team is watching this game, coaching staff.
Yeah, you'd think so. They've already punched their ticket with a win over South Korea yesterday to the international final.
Over there, impressive.
They took down South Korea 2-1. And we've got time called now. Take a look at who we got on base. Kim walked. Sung Ho Kim, I should say. Kang Yul Kim reached on the error at third. And now Shin with a 2-1 count. A couple of errors for both teams in this game. Fly ball out to right. It's Mercado. He makes the catch. And the play back at first. Tracy Duez, the umpire, calls him out. Duez, the second base umpire, makes the call. Kim doesn't get back to the bag in time. Heads up play by Mercado. It's a double play.
Well, it ends up being the second baseman, the second base umpire's call, because the first base umpire is going out for the catch.
Well, looks like South Korea is going to challenge this one anyways. So we'll have.
Well, we'll get a look at the play. You see the first base umpire? Upper right of your screen, he's got the catch. He's the rule, the umpire, the rule on the catch. And once that ball gets thrown in, it's no longer his call. It's the second base umpire's call. And ball's in the glove right now. Where's the foot? It's not there. It's not on the bag. So another real good call by the crew.
Now, looks like South Korea is going to let this one go. They will take the field. Santos Garcia, 5-1. South Korea leads it after a 4-run fourth. They put on one more in the top of the fifth. That's tapped by Santos Garcia, picked up by Cho. Good throw and one out. Aruba's had 3 hits so far this afternoon. 1 run has come across. They took the first lead. Since then, 5 unanswered.
One out, now batting number 7, Isaac Renz.
A sac bunt for Isaac Arenz, his first time. Kyle Watson, our home plate umpire, calls time. Here's the pitch to Arenz. The manager's son, and we talked about it a few days ago, a beach tennis player, which, Wes, we found out what that is.
Well, yeah, that's actually one of the 2 responses we've gotten on social media. I think, what was it, beach tennis? Their X account followed you?
Their Instagram, Aruba's beach tennis Instagram account followed me. And I checked it out and watched some of the videos, and it's really a lot like badminton, except you're playing with an actual ball on the beach.
Take a look at skipper Max Arenz, his father. That's got to be up there with one of your all-time favorite follows.
Yeah, it has to be. Yep. No doubt about it. 2-2. You might see me maybe a few years down the line broadcasting some beach tennis matches. Any excuse to get to Aruba, I'm in.
You lost me with the first part. I might see you.
You've had too much of me. That's what's going on.
I didn't say anything. I just said you lost me at the first part. I didn't say that.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Arends goes down swinging. That's the 3rd strikeout for Cho this afternoon, and it's going to end his outing, it looks like.
Oh, this is a nice little cutter down and in.
That will be it for Young-in Cho. 2 2/3, 3 strikeouts, no runs. South Korea with a new pitcher. And we'll take a break. They lead it 5-1, 2 outs, bottom 5.
Second base, jersey number 15.
14, a reminder, they are hitting 14 in their lineup is Aruba. And they are in the 6th spot in their lineup. Or excuse me, I should say 7th spot.
Herman with an excuse me swing up top on a fastball.
This is where you will start to see some uncharacteristic actions from your players in the biggest game because they know what's on the line. Speaking of the Aruba players, they understand they wanted to win this game today and move on with an opportunity to win the World Series title, but you will feel this even at the highest levels. But at the highest levels, they can deal with it a little better, compartmentalize it.
Herman misses.
Not so much at this age. You can see some of the body language.
It's a slow delivery for Moon to the plate. Here he comes, 3-2. Ground ball. Left side, Lee, the shortstop, makes the play. A 1-2-3, bottom of the 5th. We head to the later innings. Winner to the international championship. South Korea in the
down to foul ground, did not tag at 3rd.
Chung-Am Kim, the final batter in the South Korea order, leads off the inning. He's watched the first 2 pitches for strikes. He reached on an error at first base. His first time a fan of Pete Crow Armstrong, and who isn't? The guy's been on fire this year. Swing and a miss by Kim. Herman puts down the first batter of the inning on strikes.
Herman, it looks like a changeup that he threw. Tumbling. So the talk now is who wins the MVP? Is it PCA or Shohei Ohtani? They hooked up the last 3 days in Chicago where the Cubbies swept the Dodgers.
Young-in Cho, a hit by pitch. He also bunted for a single. Fouls the pitch off. Well, I got to see and actually broadcast Pete Crow Armstrong back in Single A in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a fan ever since, and I'm a little biased in favor of him for the MVP race. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, it's interesting because PCA has been productive with the bat. We're going to look at the last pitch. Yeah, the last pitch, and what will happen is he turns. You see him turn his head? Anytime you turn your head as a catcher, something bad's going to happen. Because what happens is that chest protector now ends up just protecting a portion of your chest.
2-2. Hit hard, left center field. It's Garcia to put it away in deep left center for the second out.
But what I'm starting to say about Pete Crow Armstrong, a lot of voters and a lot of the experts think he has an opportunity to win the MVP because of his defensive work as well. Now the Shohei Ohtani fans will say, yeah, well, what about his pitching?
Kang-Min Kim, 2 outs, nobody on. RBI ground out in the 4th inning. That tied this game up and started the 4-run rally. Want to know?
Justin Bieber, his favorite artist. Yours too, isn't it, Sam?
I like a little JB.
Well, if you're dropping a JB on really like.
When I was these kids' age, I had the Justin Bieber hair.
Please. No, you didn't.
Oh, yeah. 2 balls, no strikes. Kim lines it, and it's caught at short by Feliciano.
Boy, can he play.
Woo! Sliding catch. South Korea goes down 1-2-3. Aruba looking to answer in the bottom half.
Runs, base runners.
Swinging strike on the high heat from Moon. A reminder, we've got one more game this evening. 7 o'clock start time between the Central, North Dakota, and California District 57.
How many people you think might be at the yard tonight?
There's going to be quite a few. Bollinger Canyon Little League in San Ramon, California.
The atmosphere, if you haven't seen it, when you have a California team playing,
It's electric.
don't want to miss it. Drop an anchor tonight.
And the winner of that game will face the West, also represented by California, in the U.S. Championship. Hit the other way, line drive, and caught in right.
Kim slides, catches this for a big first out. Ball hit right on the button by Martha.
Kang-Yul Kim with the leather.
Ball's hit right on the button.
Zion Gomez Perez with 1 out and nobody on. A couple of errors for either team, but we've seen some spectacular plays in the field as well. The catch by Feliciano at short for Aruba to end the top half of the 6th. And the bottom half starts off with a sliding catch in right field. Fastball below the knees for ball 1 on Perez. A walk his first time up. He came around to score the only run for Aruba so far. Right through it.
It's a huge inning for Aruba because at minimum what Aruba wants to have an opportunity is to have the top of their lineup and Feliciano get another at bat.
Inside.
Right now in the 9-hole of their lineup, and they're hitting 14. South Korea is only hitting 12.
Chopper into left center, base hit. That snuck underneath the glove of Lee. And Perez will be a 1-out base runner for Aruba.
Ball put in play and right back up the middle to Lee's left. Goes underneath his glove for a big base runner. Keep this lineup moving through the bottom portion for Aruba.
Caraballo reached on a sacrifice bunt his first time. Got the feeling he's not going to drop one down in this situation. Aruba trailing by 4. Caraballo swings at an outside pitch from Moon.